Hello and welcome to PlayStation Racer. My name is Mitchell Morgan and today we're going to be heading over to the Americas and to Willow Springs International Raceway for a race that we have already done and got first, but we're going to try it again. And the reason we're going to try it again is because the last time I struggled with this one, I didn't have a car that was suitable. And we did it on the easy settings, so I'm just going to try it on the normal settings this time. And if we go into the race, we're going to change our car, and the car we're going to go for is the Mazda 787B, and we are going to need to change the car settings to be 800 or less. So I'm actually going to go with the racing mediums for the moment and just see what that does for us. Not quite enough. So we go into the detailed settings and we will set the, let's take the ballast up a bit. Take that up to 100 and see what happens. 828. Let's just go full ballast for the moment. 814. We'll take the output down slightly and we'll put the power restrictor down slightly. So 95 on both of those. Puts us on 802. Just need to go slightly more. So there we go. So 79904. Otherwise everything is pretty much standard, I think, on this particular car. So we will see what we can do with this and whether we can bring this home for a win on this occasion. So let's get into the race and see how we can do. So the Neo Classic competition, Willow Springs International Raceway, Big Willow, 10 laps. Okay, so we are not going to need to worry too much about fuel. I'm just going to leave the fuel map on at the moment just to keep an eye out. And I think that we should be able to go to the end of the race. My biggest problem with this one is going to be keeping it on the track and getting used to the power of this car and the aero. So whether I can just cane it through these corners, whether I've got to work gears, etc. Going to be a little bit quiet, I would imagine, on this one whilst we are trying to negotiate these cars and work out how we're going to run on this particular course. Just chose second to get the car slowed down there and turn in. The fuel map looks to be reasonable. I'm going to flip across to the radar just to get a feel of where these cars are on the track, making sure that they have been overtaken before I start to turn in on people. Spit that up, so we come across the line to start the second lap and we are in 10th place, so we still need to get a move on. Took it down to third to get a bit more of the revs there. Pushing on. Got the Mercedes here. 100-meter board. Just try and do the Mercedes on the top of the hill. Just going to choose second again, just to come in the inside. Get the power down up through the gears. Down into third for this one, don't run too far into that corner. Slight lift as we went over the top so we don't overrun and get into the gravel. If you get in the gravel in this car, it's game over because it will just disappear. So as I said before, just giving these curbs a fair bit of room. We've got a car off the road there. That's going to put us up into 6th place as we come across to start lap number 3. So 100-meter ball, bury the brake pedal, third gear. Oh no, too late. So I'm off. So still trying to manage this car. 100-metre board was a little bit too late for that one. Metre board second that time. Up the top here, round this corner, still second. Let it run down the hill. Got a bunch of G1 cars in front of us. Up to sixth at the moment. I remind you, this is on the normal setting. This is super difficult on hard. So really pushing this on even on the normal setting, not considering this to be a done deal by any stretch of the imagination. Down to the 100-metre board, just getting it turned in, third gear. Just balancing the throttle through here, careful not to slide off. Still choosing third. 100-metre board down into second seems to work quite well through here. Gives us the opportunity to go up the inside of that car. And we've got Mazda the same as us in front. This will be quite interesting to see how quickly we can catch him. I'm actually going to put the fuel map back on. We've got 8 laps to go, so we're fine on fuel. That car is quick through there, slows down on the second part of the corner, so we know where we can overtake. Oh, we got a little bit into each other there. Don't think I actually pushed him off the track, but that was a bit close. Down into third for this one. Careful not to run off the track as I did earlier on. Again, giving the edges of the track lots of respect. It's first place in front of us now. Second gear, get it turned in, up the hill. Let it run round, second gear still. Down this hill. Just second to get turned in on that one. On the power as soon as we can. Over the top, careful not to drift off to the left too much. That's first place in front of us. We're only halfway through the race, so no need to panic too much at the moment. It's just following through here. Taking it easy again, a little bit slower on that last part of the corner. So that's an opportunity to overtake. Lap times don't look too bad. I know a lot of you will be looking and saying I could be going a lot faster, could be apexing a lot of these corners better. Again, as I've said many times before, it's not all about fastest lap, it's all about getting that gold trophy as cleanly as we can and as quickly as we can and without any real dramas. It's down at second gear, turned in, up over the top, over the hill. Just let it run around the top here. And we accelerated down the hill. I'm going to choose second to go around this corner. I tend to find that turns in nicely. Careful not to drift off to the left too much. We've now got lap cars up ahead of us to worry about. Just staying in fourth through there. Slowing down nice and early for these lap cars. Oh! Don't turn in on me. Where's the blue flags? So as you come across the line, we're only 2 seconds ahead of the car behind. So we are going to need to continue to push. We can't sit back too much. Again on this normal setting, staying more in the middle of the track, just to make sure that we don't put it onto the dirt. Again, second gear just to go up there, up the hill here. Don't be too eager on the accelerator, Mitchell. Keep it nice. Getting down in a second to get that turned in. Over the top. Slight lift as you go off the top so it doesn't drift over to the right hand side too far. Again, I could be apexing and using a lot more of the track. I don't want to. I just want to bring this home. No dramas. So we come across the line for lap 8. Got 5 laps of fuel left, so absolutely fine on fuel. 7 seconds ahead of the second place driver now. Just third through here. Just keep an eye on the tyres at the moment. Let's just negotiate these in, we'll have a look at the tyres. Tyres aren't too badly worn, and I'm getting to the point where they might be sliding a little bit, so just being a little bit more careful. 9 seconds to the car behind, so we can just look after the tyres a little bit more than we have been. Looking out for that 200 metre board again. As you come around here, just lift and brake in a straight line, just to get it slowed down for this corner. 4th gear all the way through there. 10 seconds to the car behind now. 2 laps to run. 100 metre board down at the 3rd. Just leaving it in 3rd for the minute. We've got some cars pitting. Got that fast Suzuki in front of us now. Just chose second gear a little bit early because of the traffic. Blues are flying now. Get the second gear just to get that turned in. On the power, over the top. Slight lift so we don't go up into the gravel. Should be able to do this car on the outside, I think. Again, slight lift and feathering through there just to keep it balanced. And again through here. 4th gear's fine. So you'll notice as we're 15 seconds ahead, just changing the gears and just sort of slowing it down a little bit so we don't slide off the track. Just all about bringing this one home now. Just be careful with our overtakes. Again, making sure that we actually properly clear these cars, that they don't come back at us and decide to punt us off or anything silly. Could do with the radar on at the moment, but I'm not going to play around with the switches for the moment. Down a hill. Again, second gear just to get this turned in. Got a Mercedes to negotiate now. He's going to go off to the left, so we come up the inside, and then we've just got a straight run to the line, and we're 20 odd seconds ahead of the second place driver. So I think that this car should be able to do that on the hard setting fairly easy. I was taking that pretty easy towards the end of the race, wasn't pushing very hard. In fact, all the way through the race I was staying off of the away from the edges of the track, and we managed to finish that 20 seconds ahead of Maizono and 28 seconds ahead of Cockybun. So some considerable margins for that particular race. There is the gold trophy. 121,000 credits, which is quite nice. And that's how to do the Neo Classic on the normal settings, whereas before I did it on the easy. So it's nice to actually get that one done in that beautifully prepared and looking Mazda. Really does fly around here. Getting used to the downforce and the speed was my main problem. Once I'd actually got the hang of that, then it was a fairly easy race. And I would suggest that maybe you pause, rewind and slow down the video just to check on my turning points, my gears, where I'm accelerating, etc. Although I was using different gears depending on traffic and also towards the end of the race. But that's how I run. I tend to take it a little bit more easy through the traffic, and then once I've got the race won, I tend to back off a little bit so that we don't have any issues and just manage the race a little bit. Really, that's what it's all about and how I prefer to run. So I hope that you found this video useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you liked it, please also give it a thumbs up. And if you are new around here, please consider hitting the subscribe button to support the channel. It really does help. And if you are a current subscriber, thanks ever so much for continuing to support my channel. It's very, very much appreciated. And I look forward to seeing you on another video at another America's track coming up very soon. Hit the bell button for notifications of when I release that one. For now, thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.